I'm out here today with members of the antisocial team, Nancy and Craig. Nancy, can you tell us what you do on a daily basis as part of the service?
As part of the antisocial service, we respond to calls from members of the public in relation to ongoing disturbances. We also respond to calls from the police that are passed over as well in relation to noise disturbances. The officers then go out and they attend, and if they witness what they deem to be antisocial and excessive noise, they will then action on that noise, and that would be in the form of a warning. We can also issue Part 5 notices, which is a fine as well, and also we will, with the assistance of the police, stop the party.
I want to speak to you in the property, please. Hi there, I want to speak to you in relation to your music. Is it okay if I come in and ring it up for you?
Craig, what is the best way that residents can make contact with the service?
There's several different ways that they can make contact. They can phone through the first stop shops, of course, but we do have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week number that's widely publicised that they can phone at any point in time. But likewise, they can also phone the police, and the police will pass that information on to us.
It's important that local communities know that we're here to help and that they're confident in our ability to solve local antisocial problems on their behalf. A real positive is that we have managed to reduce our hotspot locations across the local area.
I assume that on a daily basis you face some very challenging and intimidating situations. What supports do you have to protect yourself and other officers?
The support that we have in place is obviously we carry personal protective equipment as well, i.e. cameras and the protection vests as well, because some of the situations that we get involved in aren't the nicest of things, but we have supporting. We use mobile phones, we have the cameras there for basically for evidence purposes as well, and also to protect us a little bit in case something happens that we need to rely on in court at a later date.
Antisocial behaviour has dropped, and I think there's a greater confidence in the public that we are prepared to work together and are fully committed to addressing local issues in respect of antisocial behaviour.
How do you think the antisocial service enhances the lifestyle of people, residents in North Lanarkshire?
Well, if somebody is experiencing a noise disturbance and they're unable to sleep, it may be that young children are being kept up, elderly residents may be frightened in their own homes. Our service going out, being able to witness and stop the disturbances as they're ongoing, is a reassurance mechanism for them. It allows them to get a good night's sleep. People can function better during the day because they're getting that good night's sleep, and it also gives them a reassurance that North Lanarkshire Council is dealing with the problem.
Antisocial services not only provide a 24-hour reactive service, it also provides a proactive mediation service.
The mediation service in North Lanarkshire is part of the main antisocial response service, but it does sit separately. We work with residents of all tenures in North Lanarkshire. Doesn't matter whether you own your house or if you're a council tenant or whether you rent privately. It's a free service, and what we try and do is get in as early as possible when neighbours are in conflict to try and stop it escalating into something more serious. Residents contact us for all sorts of reasons, including issues like your pets or your children, or noise from televisions, washing machines and hoovers. If you were interested in mediation, our officers would come out and see you in your home, and we would also go out and see your neighbour. But please don't worry, because we respect everybody's confidentiality and privacy, and we wouldn't pass information to your neighbour unless you gave us your consent to do that. Now, often when we go out, the information and advice that we give is enough to resolve the issue. However, if it's not, what we can suggest is that we hold a mediation session. Now, we would do that in a neutral venue, like your community centre or your library, in private rooms. And it's a chance to bring both the neighbours together, and with the help of the mediators, we would try and outline the problems that you're having and work together to find a solution that would work for both of you.
And I would urge anyone who is the subject of antisocial behaviour to make contact with the team on the number which is listed below or on the NLC website.